Hi Cancer, welcome to your 2021 reading. Now, we are going to have an overall look at the year to see what's coming up month by month, and then we will get a couple of clarifiers if we need them. So this is going to be a general reading, so obviously it won't resonate for everybody. Please don't try and make it fit. If it's not your reading, move on to another one. It's great. Or if you would like to book a personal 2021 reading, there is still time. Or you can just have a 12-month, actually. It wouldn't necessarily be a 2021. But yeah, everything for that will be in the description box down below. Now, other bits of housekeeping. My Instagram is in the description box below as well, so you can follow me there. I do a lot of free content on Instagram, and it's also probably the easiest way to book a reading is to just DM me on Insta. And lastly, I've got my PayPal link, because if you enjoy the readings and you would like to send me a tip, you don't have to, it's absolutely optional. Then my PayPal link is down there. Hang on, we had a flipper. Let's have that one out. And last one is my Amazon wishlist is on there as well. Now, I know obviously, listen, I'm not the hugest fan of buying everything from Amazon as a force of habit. But if there is something on there that you want to gift me, you can PayPal me the value and drop me a message on Instagram, and I will order it somewhere else so that we don't have to just buy from Amazon purely because it's quick and easy. Anyway, that's housekeeping. Parish notice is done. So, Cancer. Janvier? Oh, sorry. Just had a moment of trying to remember my French GCSE. We have the Page of Pentacles. So listen, January is going to be a month for really getting focused. Now, that could be a case of bringing your finances back into order. Maybe you've overspent a little bit in the run up to Christmas. Maybe you have not earned as much as you normally would. Maybe you've had issues with your finances in general. And January is an opportunity. Like, listen, January for me is, a lot of us will go down the new year, new me route. A lot of us will have January intentions. My thing for January, I like to do is set myself a challenge. So, I got it 5 years ago this year. Years? 9, 10, 11, 12. So January 2016, I decided I would be vegan for January. Veganuary. That was just a target for a month. I'm still vegan now 4 years later. Nearly 5. Anyway. But January, I think, is going to be a new opportunity for you Cancers to really drill down what it is that you want and to set yourself a target. Maybe it's something, you've been wanting to get back into haven't we all wanted to get back into the gym, get back into working out. January is an opportunity to really focus on those goals, to set goals, and also to bring your finances back in order. And just, maybe it's a case of doing that step down challenge where if you normally get Tesco Finest, other supermarkets are available. You go down to a brand or an own brand or a value range, take it just one step down and just readjust the finances in that respect. Or, like, another thing, a friend of mine and I like to do is have cheat month, where we try and spend as little as possible on avoidable things. So, like, going for coffees, treats, whatever it is, you try and think, right, do I really need that? And try not to spend just for a month to see how little it is that you can live on. Now, for some of us, we will have been doing that for the whole of 2020, well, the whole of the pandemic, not the whole of 2020. But anyway, so that's what I feel like your January is coming in. Now, your February, my second favourite day of the year is in February. No. One of my joint seconds. I also love my birthday. Christmas Day is my favourite. Actually, no, I'm retracting that. Christmas season is my favourite time of the year. Christmas Day, I'm okay with. Valentine's Day, though, hell yes, I'm here for Valentine's Day. You've got that Knight of Cups. Now, that is a fantastic card for Valentine's for February, because that's a case of, maybe it is that you've had your eye on somebody and you finally tell them. Maybe it's that you're involved with somebody and you've been kind of playing it cool and playing it safe and not letting them know exactly how you feel. And February is going to be a fantastic opportunity to really dive deep in on that and really get going on telling people how you feel about them. And that, as I say, doesn't have to be a love relationship. I'm saying that because it's Valentine's Day in February. But how many times can I say Valentine's Day? But it could be that actually you just get really in touch with your own emotional states and focus on what it is that's going on for you, and you don't need to worry about anything else. You can just be honest, not worry about the reaction that you get. Yeah, 2 of Wands. So you've got a bit of progress that you've been making, I think, with your emotions come February. But that 2 of Wands for me as a clarifier it's a journey. you haven't quite reached the destination yet, but the progress is there. The progress is being made. And for that to sit over the Knight of Cups for me is a case of really getting honest with your emotions and accepting actually where you're emotionally at. Maybe, for example, if you're involved with someone, maybe you're not emotionally ready for what they want. Maybe they're a little bit ahead of schedule for where you thought you would be by February. But doesn't mean you're not on the way. Fantastic song from, is it P.S. I Love You? Called Just Not Now. Look it up. It's amazing. Just Not Now. I think it's from P.S. I Love You. But anyway, it's a wonderful, wonderful, if you like music, well, it's a musical theatre song. If you don't like musical theatre, try and listen to the words because it's joyous. But that for me is your February. Now, coming into March, we've got the Seven of Swords. Now, for me, listen, we all know that can traditionally be the sneaky beaky card. Doing things that you shouldn't be doing, running around, behaving not irresponsibly, but I can't think what the word is I want to say. Like what knights do when they're not chivalrous, like unchivalrous. Men behaving badly, essentially. And I'm going to clarify that as well, because for me, the Seven of Swords in this deck particularly, it's not always about, being sneaky. It's about boundaries. It's about getting out of a situation. Oh, yes, and that's what I think it is more of, actually. Because for me, this is someone who isn't happy where he is, so he's getting out of there. Yes, he's going in the dead of night. He's taking his opportunity when he can get away to get away. So that, clarified by the Fool and the Chariot, is 100% getting yourself started. Getting out of a situation that isn't good for you. Now, listen, that doesn't have to follow on from the February. Each month of these could be different for different people. So this isn't necessarily for one collective all the way through the year. This is just generally month by month, because this kind of doesn't marry up. But those two cards are such huge movement cards. Like literally, like this Fool is running off to get on a plane. This Chariot has jumped in his car, off on a drive. Progress. Bless the little dogs there in each one. No, I lied. The Fool hasn't got the dog in it. It's a sock. Hilarious. Didn't even notice that. I've always just assumed it was the dog until right now. That's the joy of tarot. But I feel like for some of you in March, you're going to have an opportunity to get out of a situation that is not good for you and set plans in motion to get onto things that are good for you. Which brings me on to April. We've got the Sun. Yes! Joyous, joyous, joyous card for you, Cancers. Because this, for me, it might be that for some of you are expecting a baby, or that you don't know about it and you find out you're expecting a baby. Because you've got the dog, you've got the puppy on there as well. But for me, it's about that joy. It's about that excitement of being young again and being free and having that sense of wonder. Like when you, like my sister's kids are 6 and 4. No, they're not. They're still 5 and 3 till March. But anyway, when you look at the world through the eyes of a child, they're so excitable about so many things. There are so many things that they're like, oh my God, it's amazing. Like a bouncy ball. Yes! They're so excited by this bouncy ball. And for me, April is going to be one of those lovely, lovely months for you where everything seems exciting and brand new and sparkly and shiny. And, that follows on from the Fool. The Fool is all about the new beginning. It's about the new adventure. And being able to transition that into a Sun card is a case of finding that, what you've set out for is actually really, really nice and bright and shiny and sunny and wonderful. Now, coming into May, we've got the Five of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. So listen, that's not a bad thing, because it's me, it can be that you are feeling good about who you've got around you. But it could also be for some of you going back to this, getting out of a bad situation, that for some of you, you're starting to feel a little bit like, did you do the right thing? And, getting out of a bad situation, it is the right thing, but there will be times where you don't necessarily feel it. And you don't, like it's that thing of walking the walk versus talking the talk. Clarified by the thank you card, which I just adore. That this might hurt. They send you this as like an extra card in the deck. I think as a thank you for buying the deck, but I keep it in because I think gratitude is one of the best attitudes. So listen, if you feel that, if you're starting to waver on getting out of a bad situation and thinking that maybe it wasn't all that bad and that there was a lot of good in there, be grateful for the progress that you've made, that you've got out. Because there will obviously be down days. where you feel that you don't know that you've done the right thing. You feel that maybe you should have stuck it out a bit longer where you were. But you've done the hard part. You've got out. And actually, maybe that's where, like I say, with that Knight of Cups and the Two of Wands comes, is actually the situation you've been in. Maybe it's a relationship hasn't been good for you. And that Knight of Cups is actually being brave enough to say, this isn't good for me anymore. And if it's not good for me, it's not good for you. Because, we all want to be happy and share that happiness with others, with a partner, with a family member, friend. We don't want to depend on those people to make us happy. And likewise, we don't want to be responsible for someone else's happiness. Now, coming into June, we've got the Five of Cups in reverse. Now, that is a good one because that for me is, it's a case of being able to handle disappointment. I don't think it's for me, it's not at the moment the opposite of disappointment. It's not like joyous happiness, like loveliness, but it's being able to handle it. And, how we handle our sadness, like sadness and disappointment is a feeling. It's something that we have temporarily. It's something that we go through. It's not something we have to get stuck in. It's not a defining characteristic. People are not inherently sad all the time, same as we're not all inherently happy all the time. But being able to accept that disappointments and the sadness when they come and being able to handle them and can keep your calm while you're reacting to it is fantastic. So, good on you for that one. Now, coming into July, we've got the Three of Wands in reverse. Now, that for me is a bit of a Debbie Downer because it feels very much like a lack of direction, like a lack of knowing where you're going. Whereas the Two of Wands, for me, is about planning, and it's about having the opportunity and being free, and the open road and all the rest of it. This Three of Wands is, even in the upright, it's still very much a case of, yes, I'm doing what I need to do, but other people seem to be getting further than me with those boats out in the distance. But, and it's in reverse, but I feel like it's a bit of a lack of a sense of direction come July, which is hard. And, maybe it's around your birthday time. So it could be that you spend your birthday or the lead up to your birthday, if you're a July baby, kind of working out where you're going and what you're doing. Now that's clarified with the Magician. Love, 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 love. Because that is you taking charge of things. And actually, if you feel that the direction isn't there, you're kind of questioning it. You don't know what you're doing. It is tough coming up to birthdays. There's always that moment of going, oh my God, I'm a year older. Is this where I thought I would be by this age? How far am I on my life path? What am I doing? What's going on? Do you know what? It doesn't matter. Take time out. Like, this Magician is a time out card as well. He's taking time out to do something that makes him happy. He's playing music. He's DJing. It probably isn't his income. Little secret in this card, that's actually the Knight of Cups. So it's not his main thing. He's a bartender in another card, in the Knight of Cups card. Which is another reason, if you haven't checked out the Cosmic Cycles deck, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Treat yourself to the limited edition. It's worth it. It's on Etsy, and you can find them on Instagram as well, but it's such an amazingly joyous, modernised deck. But the Magician is played is the Knight of Cups. And, in this moment, so for you in July, it's a case of, right, if there's a lack of direction and you don't feel maybe that you're making the progress, it might even be work progress that you're making, take time out to do something that's fun. That will help you find your purpose again. It will help you reconnect. And then coming into August, we've got the Seven of Cups in reverse, which is ultimate clarity. So, taking the time out to do what it is that makes you happy, what it is that makes you smile, will inevitably help you gain real clarity in August on what it is that you're doing, where you're going, what you're heading to, what you want to make happen in your life. All of those things become suddenly really, really clear. Now, moving into September, we've got the Five of Swords. And this, for me, is very much about getting out of bad situations. Again, like that Seven of Swords. This is, you can either stay in this hardship, in this turmoil, literally like covering your ears because you don't want to hear the noise. You don't want to hear other people's opinions. Or do you step away from it? With this guy up here, do you step away and realise that actually, it's like we're all trapped with our thoughts. It's something, I'm not great at meditating, and for me it's not, I think it's because I maybe don't relinquish control as much and accept it anyway. This is not about me, but I feel like with this Five of Swords, temperance. So listen, the option is there to get a new perspective on things. If you feel that there is some stress going on and that you're falling back into habits where people are not controlling you, but people are impacting you and having an influence on how you feel about yourself, how you feel about what's going on around you. Just it's an opinions thing. I feel like actually take time out to make yourself happy, to do what's good for you. The temperance, you know, she's doing some yoga. I really need to find out what that pose is called. But it's one of those things when you're in that pose, you kind of, you know, you're okay, you can balance while you're looking at the floor, and then, you know, if you tilt your head up, you suddenly have to find a new point to focus on, which adjusts your perspective and helps you regain your balance. But there's that moment in between where you aren't stable, and you have to really connect, you know, and feel it all through your body where you're kind of losing stability and all the rest of it. And that's where I think that, you know, September's coming in. It's very much down to you to take time out and zen yourself when the hard times come, when the jibber jabber comes in. Coming into October, we've got the Two of Swords, so crunch time. Red pill or the blue pill? Which way are you going to go? Because you can't sit on the fence forever. And at some point, the decision will have to be made. Now, for me, you know, the blindfold represents kind of not taking too rational a view, and not, you know, like we can all, if we're making decisions, we can all weigh up pros and cons. We can all, you know, try and balance things out, but sometimes you have to just block that off, shut off, and see where your heart goes. Maybe that it comes back to the meditation thing. Where does your mind go when it wanders? Because that will help you in your decision-making process. But I think there's going to be some big decisions to come in October. Now, November is probably the best November card I've seen so far today. We've got that Queen of Cups, who I just love, because it's a Cups card. It's one of your cards. So, you know, for me, it's great because it feels like your November is going to be really happy and calm, and you know, not necessarily physically surrounded by loved ones, but being aware of the love that you have around you, being aware of the love that you give to other people, being aware of what it is that you offer relationships in your life, what they offer you, and just feeling really content and just calm. And let's face it, you know, this has been a bit uncertain. This bit's been a bit uncertain. But coming towards the end, you get that calm, that lovely, lovely calm. Like, I literally can feel it like washing all over me. It's just joyous. Hold on to that. I'm coming back to that one. And then in December, we've got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Now, for me, this is not a bad card to have in reverse, because down tools, you don't have to worry about it. You know, this Two of Pentacles in the upright for me is very much keeping control while everything's falling apart. You know, with the waves in the background, all very choppy, and she's, you know, just focusing on trying to keep her plates up in the air, keep going with what she's doing. But for me, it's like December, actually, you know what, you don't need to do it all on your own. You have other people around you, you know, bring back this sense of calm that you had with that Queen of Cups in November, and just step away. If you feel like you're getting a bit weighed down and having to kind of spin these plates and keep everything balanced and worry about other people and what's going on, then just take a step back. It's December. It's Christmas time. It's the ultimate month for stepping back, taking a break, taking some time out. Because decisions can wait. Things can wait till January. Put that out of office on. Anyway, Cancer, I hope that made sense for you. As I say, if you'd like to book a private 12-month reading, drop me a message on either an email or Instagram. And don't forget to check out your January 2021, because they will be a monthly reading. Anyway, take care. I will see you soon. Bye.